Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Tori and today we are setting up my reading journal for the month of December. I have a couple of my stamps here, a December Days stamp, which I haven't actually released yet, and the My Reading Journal stamp that I will be using. This is what the December Days stamp looks like, brand new. I have definitely loved mine so far. I have several stickers that I've pulled out because I did a bunch of freebie cutting this day, so I wanted to use some in my reading journal. So I grabbed a couple of those, and then I have some washies. I believe the green plaid is from Studio Calico, and the other one is from Archer and Olive. I also have a couple of pins that I've pulled out, a few Tombos in colors 228 and 192. And I'm also going to be using a Pigma Micron in size 01, just regular old black ink. So we are going to jump right into this setup. I'm going to set my stickers aside so I don't mess them up. And then kind of get started setting up. I am going to be using that December Days stamp set because it has a big old DEC for December on it. This is actually my handwriting that I turned into this stamp, and I quite like it a lot better than my for real, like actual writing handwriting. It's so much easier for me to make my handwriting perfect digitally than it is on paper. So I'm going to be pulling a bunch of stamps between the December Days stamp set and the My Reading Journal stamp set. I'm going to put my hopeful reads for the month of December right next to my kind of month heading. And then I'm going to place down one of these freebie stickers that I just cut out today. And essentially my theme for the month is going to be gnomes. And then the color green, because I end up using quite a lot of green. Honestly, the only other color that really appears is the red in this little Nomi's hat and the present. So I definitely end up using quite a lot of green. This little greenery sprig is also from the December Days stamp. I haven't actually released this stamp yet. I do have a handful on hand, but I haven't placed like my official order yet. I would love to know down in the comments below if this is a stamp set that you would still be interested in. I know we are now at December 1st, so I don't know if anybody would really be wanting to purchase the stamp this month or even after this month. So let me know your thoughts down on the comments below so I can place an order for it if there is interest. So yeah, I'm just going to then take my two Tombos and just color in my little greenery sprigs and my December header. And then once I get everything colored in, I'm going to grab what I'm calling little snowballs or snowflakes that are just like little round balls from the December Days stamp set, and some sparkles and a little like star type thing from the My Reading Journal, and I'm just going to sprinkle those around my page as well, just to fill in and kind of tie everything together in the middle. I'm honestly not sure how I feel about this washi tape. Part of me wants to go back into my reading journal and just remove it all together. Let me know what you think about this washi tape down in the comments, because I don't really think it fits super well. I think I might have like a red plaid washi tape that would fit a little bit better, or at least bring in some more of that red from the gnome sitting on the present. I don't know. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and I think I'm going to go in and change it. I just don't know what I'm going to do yet. So we are moving right along to set up my visual time to read and my reading log for the month of December. I am going to do a very simple header style. I'm just using the My Reading Journal stamp, and then I'm just going to draw a line above the title and a line below the title for each page. And then I'm drawing a calendar, and I'll use this calendar to essentially track visually how many days I read a certain book for the month. And I'll basically just draw like an arrow and write the book name above it over that kind of encompasses the days that I was actually reading. For my calendar, on all of these spots that don't actually have a day, I'm going to do a fun little plaid pattern, and I'm basically just going to use the lighter green, and I'm going to highlight every other line both vertically and horizontally, and then I'm going to use the finer marker nib of the darker green, and then basically go into the blank lines and do the same thing. I'm just going to draw a thin line both horizontally and vertically, doing every other line, and it makes this really fun little plaid pattern that I think goes super well with the little gnomes that I drew and created. For my reading log, I am just kind of highlighting 2 dot grid spaces vertically and then just 1 dot grid space horizontally. I'll highlight every other box, not each box, but every other box, alternating shades of that green, and then I will also just number in each of those boxes, and that's where I will list out all of the books that I've read. I'm also going to pull out my Collage Elements stamp set and a sage ink from Close to My Heart because I felt like I needed a little bit of background pattern behind this snow globe. I wanted to put the snow globe on the bottom right hand side of my reading log page. That's usually where I end up putting the decoration for this page, because if I'm not going to end up reading 11 books, then it will kind of have some of that space filled in. So I'm going to use that Collage Elements stamp just to add a little bit of interest behind that snow globe. And that green colored ink that I'm using matched these pens almost perfectly, so I couldn't help but pull that out, even though it is no longer available because Close to My Heart closed. I'm using the envelopes stamp from the December Days stamp set to stamp that underneath my calendar. I didn't really have a ton of extra space under here, so a lot of the stamps and stickers that I had were a little bit too big, but this fit perfectly, so I just kind of went with it. I also used the repeated X pattern from the Collage Elements just to add some additional interest to that, and I'm going to stamp out One Day at a Time in black ink on top of those X's. I will then grab the lighter green that I'm using and just color in the very top of each envelope, essentially the part of the envelope that would fold over, just to have a nice little decorative element. I didn't realize until I was finished with my setup that I actually ended up doing quite a bit of coloring throughout the setup, and I hadn't planned really on coloring anything, but here we are. I ended up coloring quite a bit, I think. I am playing around with these washi tapes again. Like I said, I don't think I like them. So on this page, you can see specifically that I'm just putting them down and then pulling them back up and just doing that over and over again because I don't think I like the way that this looks. And maybe it's because I added that plaid, because I hadn't originally planned to do that. And now that plaid and the plaid of the washi tape are kind of battling each other. I don't know, but I don't think I like the washi tape. So we're done with those 2 pages, and we're going to go on to the final 2 pages that will be in this setup. This is going to be the totals page and my favorite book page. So I am just drawing out a lot of boxes in both pages and getting all of my line work done for the titles. These are going to basically be the same that I did last month. I really like that, and I've actually been doing this for the totals page for the past couple of months. Since October, I think I've been doing my totals this way. So I'm just sticking with it because it's working. And yeah, I would like to know, because I do still need to set up a yearly or 2024 book bracket, and I have 2 pages after my December pages available that I can do that book bracket on. Would you want to see a video of me setting up my December or 2024, the whole year, not just December, 2024 book bracket? Let me know down in the comments. For my favorite book page, I'm just going to do that same plaid pattern that I did on the previous page. I'm going to fill that entire box doing that exact same pattern. And then for the totals page, I am leaving at least 3. I have 4 blank right now, but ultimately it will end up only being 3. I'm going to be doing just decoration in those 3 empty boxes. I will also be placing another gnome that is sitting on a present at the bottom right-hand corner of my little favorite book box. And he will just be nestled in there with my favorite book once I have decided what that is for December. I originally wanted to use the stickers to put in my empty totals boxes, but apparently my freebie stickers are just very large, and I don't think I realized how big they were until I was actually using them in this setup. So instead of using those stickers, I am pulling out those same gnomes from my December Days stamp set. A lot of the freebie stickers that I make are based off of the stamps that I create, and then I just essentially color them in when I have free time and just turn them into stickers because I like stickers and I really enjoy the designs that I've been creating. So it's a win-win for me, honestly. So I am then going to, in the final biggest empty box, I used some washi tape to kind of mask off the sides, and I'm going to stamp out this like winter December phrases stamp. It's kind of a filler stamp essentially. I'm just going to fill that box with that stamp and then add some of those little snow bubbles around with the little X burst as well from the My Reading Journal stamp. One thing that I didn't include on camera that I did end up doing for that word box is I did pull out the lighter Tombow and I highlighted some of the words in that box just because I had colored in both of the gnomes that I stamped down. And I had planned to do this, like it was on my mind while I was recording. I guess I just forgot to, I don't know. But I thought that since I colored in the hats and the top of the gnome mug down here at the bottom that I'm coloring right now, since I had colored in the tops of those and the hats green, I thought it would kind of tie it in if I just highlighted some words from that word phrase stamp with that green marker as well. And that's what I did, but I just didn't record it for whatever reason. But if you want to see what that looks like, I should have pictures on my Instagram if you want to hop over there and check that out. But I think we're pretty much done here. After I finish this coloring, I'm not going to color the beards in, but I did color the noses with the Tombow 990, and then I'm adding some shadow to the beards with the Tombow N89. But that is it. We'll do a final flip through and then we will be done with my December reading journal setup. I would love to know your thoughts on this setup down in the comments. Let me know what you think about that washi tape and if you think I should also remove it. But that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!